Hey, I'm John. This is Mr. G's Workbench. If you're a first-time viewer, welcome. If you're a return viewer, thank you for coming back. Today we're going to wrap up the MiG-25 build, finally. It seems like an eternity. And before I start, I'm going to thank the 40 subscribers. Thank you for your support. And we're approaching 1,000 views in under a month, so I'm grateful for that. Thank you very much. We're going to take a look at the finished product, or as close as I've gotten to the finished product, and I'll explain more later. You know, once again, thanks to Jim at Kitmaker for providing the MiG-25 kit that we've been looking at. I'll have a link to Kitmaker network in the description down below. As always, any observations, criticisms, anything you want to say, let me know in the comments. Let's take a look at the finished product. All right, so as they say, let's begin at the beginning. We'll start with this pitot tube probe, whatever that is. That was, it's plastic. They give you the one piece that fits into the nose, and then it has 4 separate fins that you're supposed to attach. As I said earlier, I lost one of them. That's my bad. The fit of that section onto the nose wasn't bad. Then you see that circle there. That's where one of those angle of attack probes was supposed to go, but it broke when I was taking it off. And then we come up next to the cockpit was resin, as was the seat and the pilot. They went together well. They were pretty well detailed. The fit of the windscreen to the fuselage was good. I had one issue here. It was on the very front of it. I wound up with this little ridge. I filled it in with some putty. It didn't look bad when it was done. You know, again, I'm good with the result. The forward canopy is made to be displayed open. It has 2 little tabs which slotted into 2 slots on the right side of the cockpit. Fit perfect. I got no complaints about that. The detail on the inside of this canopy was really nice. They put the detail of the blast curtain that can be pulled forward. Again, the fit of the cockpit into the forward fuselage, as well as the transparencies, was good. No complaints there. The next part, going back, was this. This is where the seam where the forward fuselage attaches to this section back here. This is the section that's used on all the MiG-25 kits. So they put the end of it right there. The fit of it wasn't too bad. It needed a little bit of sanding and rescribing. Wasn't bad overall. No complaints there. Again, the fit of the glass back here onto the fuselage was good. The rear cockpit, the fit of the rear cockpit into the fuselage was good. The detail on the cockpit and the pilot was good. The same thing on the inside of the canopy here. They molded in that extra detail. Looks great. No complaints there. The next part was the forward intakes. The place where these join is to the fuselage is right here. And that was a mess. In spite of my best efforts, I still wound up with an obvious, demarcation here, seam line. There had to be a better way to do it. AMK found a better way to do it in the MiG-31. I think they could have stood to learn from them. You think they would have at least took a look at the kit and said, well, we can try this. But no, they did not. Moving back, the fit of the wings to the fuselage was actually very good. I had no problems with that whatsoever, and if you do it right, the wings sit at the correct angle. They have that correct kind of sag. No complaints there. The stabilizers went on well. They required very little filler here. I think I ran just a quick bead of Vallejo white putty just to fill in a couple of small gaps. So no problems there. The stabilators, I mentioned this in the previous episode. I modeled them the way Kitty Hawk gives it to you, with the push rods holding the stabilators at this angle. If you wanted them flat, you just have to trim that little piece back here so that it sits even. The exhaust pedals went together well. I have no complaints. The exhaust assembly was good. It went together well. The seams were minimal inside of the exhausts. No complaints there. Big complaint here. This this entire area here. The brake chute, I understand that there are different brake chutes for different model MiG-25s, but the fit of that brake chute onto this dorsal spine was terrible. There was no reason to have this air brake as a separate piece. Just made it, you know, that much harder to get everything to sit flush. Not happy with that at all. Let's see, on the bottom half, the wheels have nice detail, if I can get them to focus. The wheels had really nice detail. It's subtle. No complaints there. These resin gear legs I could have done without. I don't really think there's anything on them that they couldn't have done in plastic. I also didn't like the having to put the gear legs in so early in the assembly process, so not a fan of that. The fit of the pylons onto the wings, man, I apologize for the bad focus. The fit of the pylons onto the wings was good. I had no complaints there. These, I don't know what these are, whatever you call them, these ribs on top of the wings, they went on well. These ECM pods on the wingtips went on well. No problems with that. The front gear leg, I used the plastic gear leg that was in the kit. It was way more stable than the resin one that they gave you. The resin one looked better, but it was not going to provide any support to the kit. What did you think? Yeah, agreed. So yeah, that's gonna do for this little episode of building and reviewing the Kitty Hawk MiG-25PU. You know, to wrap up, it's not a bad looking kit when all is said and done. In terms of the build process, you know, to get to this, the amount of work you have to do to get there, to me, it's not fun. I think half the fun of building, you know, any model is the process. You know, what's your time worth? How much time are you willing to put into any particular, you know, model? At the end of the day, it's a model airplane. You're supposed to enjoy building it, and for me, once this becomes like work, like when you start to get annoyed with it and miserable about it, is it really enjoyable? Does it, you know, when you're done with it, are you going to look and say, well, you know, I had a good time building it? I give this, if I have to assign a number to it, like the way the Aeroscale reviews go, I'm going to say 65. It just passed. At the end of the day, you get a MiG-25. The execution is terrible. It's that simple. I can't recommend this kit unless you really, really need a MiG-25PU in your case. Not bashing Kitty Hawk. I've got 3 or 4 other Kitty Hawk kits sitting in the closet right now. I've got the Black Hawk sitting right here on the shelf waiting to be finished. So it's not a matter that I don't like Kitty Hawk. I mean, if they just took like a little extra time and did some research and gave you, you know, a better overall kit and thought out their engineering a little bit better, these would probably be way better kits. So the long and the short of it, I'm gonna give this kit a 65. It just barely passed. It's, you know, the finished product isn't bad, but the path to getting there is just painful. It's not fun. This wasn't an enjoyable build at all. In further news, I've created an Instagram account because I realized that, you know, you can't see a lot of details in the video. So what I'm trying to do with the Instagram account is post some detailed pictures of whatever we're discussing in a video. With that being said, I hope you enjoyed following me on this 6-step journey to get to a MiG-25. Until the next time, I hope you like what you see. If you do, give me a thumbs up. If you don't, you give me a thumbs down, just as fair. In either event, let me know why. Let me know what you think in the comments. And thanks for stopping by. Like and subscribe, as they say. I'll see you next time with something completely different, okay? Take care.